When all the soldiers stepped forward to grab their rifles, the sergeant noticed one rifle had been left behind. It belonged to a soldier named Desmond Doss. When the sergeant asked him why, he calmly replied that he couldn't even touch a weapon. After that, he was taken to Captain Glover so he could explain himself. The young man made it clear that his faith would never allow him to pick up a weapon to hurt another person. From that day on, the sergeant started humiliating Doss in front of the entire unit. Because of his beliefs, he became the target of everyone's jokes. One of the soldiers even called him a coward and bullied him in the barracks every single day. The sergeant treated him badly too. He wanted Doss to give up on his own. He even punished the entire platoon by making them run for miles. That night, some of the angry soldiers took out their frustration on Doss. The next morning, the sergeant saw bruises all over Doss's body. Even then, he told him he could still quit if he wanted to, but Doss refused to back down. When the rest of the platoon was given leave, a colonel stopped Doss. He gave him two choices: either pick up a weapon or get ready to go to military prison. Even knowing how serious the situation was, Doss still refused to touch a weapon. Because of that decision, he couldn't even attend his wedding with Dorothy. After that, Doss was taken into custody. He was furious because he was being treated like a criminal. Then Captain Glover tried to reason with him. He told Doss to admit he was wrong and ask for a lighter sentence during the hearing. He didn't want Doss to waste his life in prison. A little while later, Dorothy came to visit him. She told him that for the sake of their future together, he should make a small compromise. Just holding a weapon wouldn't change anything. He didn't actually have to use it, but even her words couldn't change Doss's mind. After that, Dorothy told Doss's family everything. The next day, Doss's father went to ask for help from a general who had served with him in France during World War I. While Doss's hearing was taking place, his father arrived with a letter written by that general. The letter explained that under the law, Doss had the right to refuse carrying a weapon because of his beliefs, so he couldn't be punished just for refusing to carry a gun. The moment the letter was read, all the charges against him were dropped, and he was allowed to serve as a combat medic without carrying a weapon. Sometime later, Doss was sent to Okinawa with his unit, where one of the biggest battles of World War II was about to begin. As soon as they arrived, they faced a massive, steep cliff known as Hacksaw Ridge. Before climbing up, the Navy fired heavy artillery to weaken the Japanese positions. There was only one way to reach the top. They had to climb up a cargo net. When they finally reached the top, the entire area was in ruins. As the American soldiers started moving forward, one soldier, who everyone thought was unconscious, suddenly stood up and screamed. The moment they heard him, the Japanese soldiers spotted their position. Within seconds, gunfire erupted from every direction. The battle had started again. In the middle of all the chaos, Doss kept running from one place to another, helping every wounded soldier he could find. He wasn't carrying a weapon, but even so, he risked his own life to save everyone else. He proved that true courage isn't just about fighting the enemy. Sometimes it's about risking your own life to save someone else's. But as a combat medic, Doss's toughest test was still waiting for him.